Hello everyone, my name is Lordon25 and welcome back to another redstone video. So today I have something that is kind of an upgrade from my automatic player AFK mining machine. And this time it's actually a vertical mining machine which mines trenches. So it is quite simple, so that is why I actually wanted to show you how easy it is actually to create something like this. So now the player, which is me in this case, will slowly start swimming up from the trench, and from there I will explain the entire concept of this design. But basically this idea is quite simple. All we have is a 3 flying machines, or actually 1 flying machine and 2 return stations. And each time this flying machine collides with one of the return stations, they move 1 block forward. And this flying machine over here has this water block stair thingy, which was introduced by the aquatic update, and this makes a waterfall down here. And currently you can see my player, which is swimming up, and when he reaches the top, he'll be just moved away from that by that flowing water, and he'll be placed here while he will start mining a new trench. So the player is actually holding a pickaxe in his hand, and he's constantly pressing space as well as mine key, and those keys allow him to just mine through stone. There are of course some limitations to this design. First of all, there can be some lava lakes down here which will be quite dangerous for a player to mine. And also here you can see some caves. You have to have some sort of mob switch on a server if you would like to try something like that, because a creeper could spawn there and destroy you, basically. But once the player reaches the bottom, he will just jump up and down at those bedrock blocks, and from above you can actually just see that the flying machine has pushed this return station 1 block forward, and that has reset the waterfall to 1 block forward, and now our player is able to swim up again. And does this just because he's holding that spacebar button. Well, now the problem is that the player has to have a respiration helmet on his head, otherwise he would suffocate to death. Also, when he comes out of this position, sometimes he will take quite a lot of damage because this distance is not quite small. So I suggest having a regeneration beacon over here, which will increase the lifespan of this mining buddy. And because of the simplicity of this machine, you can actually just decrease the distance between this return station and the other return station to decrease the depth of which you are mining. So you could you could actually set up this machine to mine to Y level 30, I guess, and then the trench would be just shallower. So let's talk about the flying machines now. So this is the main flying machine that is flying back and forward. It's a 2-way flying machine which automatically returns after colliding. I'll put the link to this original concept down in the description. But basically, when it collides here, this redstone block will activate this stick piston over here, and that will push the entire machine 1 block forward. And this extended sticky piston is just this extended normal piston is here just to prevent any collisions with the machine and to stop it, of course. And once we come forward, this observer will give a short pulse to this normal piston over here. That will push the entire thing 1 block forward, and also push this extended piston 1 block forward. And that will be happening quite shortly. So as you guys could have seen, it's really quite simple. Another potential problem is that this player will eventually run out of hunger. I'm not sure how to resolve this problem, but maybe enough beacon regeneration power will regen his health fast enough to prevent the character from dying, but not really sure how this will affect. Another problem is that if you have a large ravine in the area, the player will take a lot of fall damage when he will mine through it. And also sometimes there are few blocks left in a quarry just like that, because the flying machine got back way too early, or if the player was mining something like gravel, which is super inefficient to mine with pickaxes, and that is why you will see some pillars left over here. These will not affect future mining, as you guys can see here, because the water will just flow backwards and the character will be able to mine. So you can easily clear those up. But to get rid of most of those pillars, I suggest just increasing the time the player spends mining by increasing the distance between this return station and this forward station. So now we are in the spectator mode, where we can actually see the progress of this mining machine. So my character is now starting a new layer, and fortunately he will not hit this water, because you must remove all water sources around and also lava sources. Well, it depends on the exact formation of lava blocks, but sometimes they can kill the player. But for example, if you have a cave like this, it actually might just go through, depending on the depth of the lake and many factors, but I really suggest removing the lava before trying out this machine. And now we see our player is reaching the bottom here, and just a few more blocks, and now the flying machine above will be pushed forward and a new water stream is coming down. Also here we'll be starting to mine into the mineshaft. The problem here is that if the player falls into the cobwebs, it will increase the time to mine to the bottom of this trench over here, and it will just result in blocks defects, in the trench defects like this one over here. It will just leave few blocks behind, and you can always clear those up afterwards. But that is all I had time for today. Thank you all guys for watching. This has been LordJohn25, and I will see you in the next video.